Now that we have completed the line-by-line explanation of Act 1, Scene 2 of Julius Caesar, we will be solving the MCQs. So, if you are new to my channel, quickly subscribe and let us start our MCQ. Number 1. The scene takes place in dash. Option A, the Senate House. Option B, Brutus's house. Option C, a public place. Or option D, Caesar's house. Like I tell you, you must remember where every scene takes place. So tell me, Act 1, Scene 2, it takes place where? Very good. The scene takes place in a public place. Number 2. Dash would participate in the foot race. Option A, Caesar. Option B, Antony. Option C, Brutus. Or option D, Casca. So who would participate in the foot race? Brilliant! It was Antony. Antony would participate in the foot race. Now number 3. The scene takes place on the 15th of dash. Option A, January. Option B, February. Option C, March. Or option D, April. So, which date was it? Tell me. I know you know it. Incredible! It was the 15th of February. Now number 4. Dash was Caesar's wife. Option A, Portia. Option B, Rosalind. Option C, Calpurnia. Or option D, Cleopatra. Who was Caesar's wife? Tell me. Who was Caesar's wife? Portia, Rosalind, Calpurnia, or Cleopatra? Very good. It was Calpurnia. 5. The foot race would take place on the feast of dash. Option A, Apollo. Option B, Zeus. Option C, Nyx. Or option D, Lupercal. So who was the god? Correct! It was the feast of Lupercal. 6. Portia was dash wife. Option A, Brutus's. Option B, Caesar's. Option C, Antony's. Or option D, Cassius's. So whose wife was Portia? Brilliantly answered. Portia was Brutus's wife. Now number 7. Caesar asked Dash to stand in Antony's path. Option A, Portia. Option B, Brutus. Option C, Calpurnia. Or option D, Cinna. Stand you in Antony's path. So Caesar said this to who? Yes, confess to his wife Calpurnia. Caesar asked Calpurnia to stand in Antony's path. 8. Caesar wanted Antony to touch Calpurnia to remove her dash. Option A, fertility. Option B, infertility. Option C, intelligence. Or option D, sleep. Remove her what? Aha, you're right. Caesar wanted Antony to touch Calpurnia to remove her infertility, to remove her barrenness, her sterility. Calpurnia was dash. Option A, foolish. Option B, insensitive. Option C, sleepy. Or option D, sterile. What was Calpurnia? Correct. Calpurnia was sterile. She was barren. That is, she could not bear a child. Number 10. Dash commanded the music to stop. Option A, Cinna. Option B, Casca. Option C, Brutus. Or option D, Cassius. So who commanded the music to stop? Stop the music. Well, you are playing the music very well. It was Casca. Casca commanded the music to stop. 11. Dash called Caesar from the crowd. Option A, the soothsayer. Option B, Cinna. Option C, Cassius. Or option D, Brutus. Someone called Caesar from the crowd. Who was it? Correct. It was the soothsayer, the fortune teller. Now number 12. Caesar was deaf in his dash year. Option A, right. Option B, left. Option C, both ears. Or option D, none of the above. So this was one of the weakness of Caesar. He was deaf in his dash year. Which year? Correct. His left ear. Caesar could not listen. He was deaf in his left ear. 13. The voice of the soothsayer was dash than the music. Option A, softer. Option B, louder. Option C, shriller. Or option D, more pleasant. Well answered. The voice of the soothsayer was shriller than the music. 14. A soothsayer is a dash. Option A, petitioner. Option B, cobbler. Option C, beggar. Or option D, fortune teller. So who is a soothsayer? Whom do we call a soothsayer? Correct! It is a fortune teller. A soothsayer is like an astrologer, a person who can predict the future. 15. The soothsayer warned Caesar of the dash of March. Option A, middle. Option B, beginning. Option C, end. Or option D, the knights. So Caesar, you must beware. Beware of what? Good. Beware of the middle of March, the Ides of March, the 15th of March. Number 16. Dash told Caesar about the soothsayer's warning. Option A, Brutus. Option B, Cassius. Option C, Cinna. Or option D, Casca. So who told Caesar about the soothsayer's warning? Because remember, Caesar, he was deaf and so he couldn't hear the soothsayer when he spoke from the crowd. So someone informed him about the soothsayer's warning. So who was he? Very good. It was Brutus. Brutus told Caesar about the soothsayer's warning. Number 17. Dash asked the soothsayer to stand before Caesar. Option A, Cassius. Option B, Casca. Option C, Cinna. Or option D, Brutus. So Caesar said that come and stand before me. So someone asked the soothsayer to stand in front of Caesar. Who was the person who called the soothsayer? Very good. It was Brutus. So Brutus, he told Caesar about the warning of the soothsayer. But see, here they are asking who asked him to stand before Caesar. So here the answer will be Cassius. Cassius asked the soothsayer to stand before Caesar. Now, number 18. Caesar dismissed the soothsayer by calling him a dash. Option A, fool. Option B, knave. Option C, dreamer. Or option D, saucy fellow. So he dismissed the soothsayer. Whatever warning the soothsayer had to make, Caesar, he overlooked it. He dismissed it. And he called the soothsayer something. What was it? Correct. He calls him a dreamer. That is, you are a dreamer to think this way. Number 19. Dash and Cassius did not attend the foot race. Option A, Casca. Option B, Cinna. Option C, Brutus. Or option D, Antony. So who did not attend the foot race? Cassius did not attend the foot race, but along with him, you have someone else. Who was that? Very good. It was Brutus. So Brutus and Cassius, they are going to have a private talk. And so they did not attend the foot race. Number 20. Brutus claimed that he had no interest in dash. Option A, women. Option B, sports. Option C, Rome. Or option D, Cassius. So Brutus did not have any interest in. What can it be? Yes, Brutus claimed that he had no interest in sports. He was not gamesome like Antony. Number 21. Cassius noticed that Brutus's dash lacked the show of love. Option A, heart. Option B, eyes. Option C, mind. Or option D, hands. So something about Brutus lacked the show of love. What was it? Yes, it was Brutus's eyes. Brutus's eyes lacked the show of love. Show of love means affection. 22. Cassius felt Brutus turned into dash over him. Option A, friendly. Option B, humble. Option C, gentle. Or option D, stubborn. So he felt Brutus turned to what over him? Very friendly. No. Humble? No. Yes, too stubborn over him. Now number 23. Brutus had veiled his look with dash. Option A, unfriendliness. Option B, humbleness. Option C, friendliness. Or option D, gentleness. So he had veiled his look. With the help of what? Yes, correct. With unfriendliness. Number 24. Brutus blamed his dash for his troubles. Option A, public concerns. Option B, private thoughts. Option C, love for Portia. Or option D, dislike for Rome. So he blamed what? For his troubles? Yes, Brutus blamed his private thoughts, his private concerns for his troubles. 25. Brutus counted dash as his good friend. Option A, Portia. Option B, Lucius. Option C, Calpurnia. Or option D, Cassius. So he tells him that you are my good friend. I count you among my good friend. So who did Brutus tell this to? Portia, Lucius, Calpurnia, or Cassius? Very good. It is Cassius. Lucius is Brutus's servant. 26. Cassius decided to be Brutus's dash. Option A, servant. Option B, moneylender. Option C, mirror. Or option D, soothsayer. So tell me, what is it? Aha! It is mirror. I will be a mirror, a glass to you, Brutus. So Cassius decided to be Brutus's mirror, his glass. 27. Cassius sarcastically called Caesar dash. Option A, immortal. Option B, mortal. Option C, overconfident. Or option D, tyrant. He refers to Caesar as something. What is it? Correct. Cassius sarcastically called Caesar immortal. Immortal means someone who will not die. Number 28. Age's yoke refer to the dash of the age. Option A, liberty. Option B, suppression. Option C, peace. Or option D, enfranchisement. Enfranchisement means citizenship. So what does age's yoke mean? Tell me. Very good. It means suppression. Now number 29. Cassius felt that Brutus failed to see his own dash. Option A, gentleness. Option B, friendliness. Option C, worthiness. Or option D, humbleness. So there was something that all the Romans could see in Brutus, but Brutus, he had no mirror to reflect his what? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Very good. It is his worthiness. And that is why Cassius tells him, I will be your glass and reveal your worthiness to you, Brutus. Now number 30. Brutus loved honor more than he feared dash. Option A, death. Option B, Caesar. Option C, Cassius. Or option D, Antony. So, what will the answer be? Tell me. Yes, Brutus loved honor more than he feared death. Honor means fame in Rome. He loved Rome more than he feared death. 31. Dash was the subject of Cassius's discussion. Option A, jealousy. Option B, honor. Option C, sports. Or option D, rivalry. So what is it? What was the subject of their conversation? Their conference? Beautiful! It was honor. So remember, Cassius told Brutus, honor is the subject of my discussion. 32. Cassius feels that he was born free as dash. Option A, sinner. Option B, Antony. Or option C, Caesar. Or option D, Casca. Tell Tell me, Cassius was born as free as? Yes, he was born as free as Caesar. 33. Caesar challenged Cassius to swim in the Dash River. Which river? Option A, Nile. Option B, Tiber. Option C, Rhodes. Or option D, the Indus. Which river? Which river? Brilliant! The Tiber River. Remember, in the first scene also, we came across the Tiber River where they were supposed to cry because of their ingratitude towards Pompey. So here again, we have a reference to the Tiber River. So Caesar, he challenged Cassius to swim in the Tiber River. Number 34. Cassius compared Caesar to Dash. Option A, Aeneas's father. Option B, Aeneas. Option C, Anchises' father. Or D, Aeneas's uncle. So Cassius compared Caesar to who? Rightly said. It is Aeneas's father. And who was Aeneas's father? Anchises. So, Cassius compared Caesar to Aeneas's father, Anchises. Now 35. You are doing so well. I am so proud of you. 35. Reference to Aeneas and Anchises is an dash. Option A, allegory. Option B, allusion. Option C, alliteration. Or option D, apostrophe. What is it? See, it is mentioned reference. So when it is a reference, what figure of speech is it? Correctly said. Reference to Aeneas and Anchises is an allusion. Now number 36. Aeneas was related to the Dash War. Option A, Pharsalus. Option B, Waterloo. Option C, Roman. Or option D, Trojan. Which war? Correct, the Trojan War, the Battle of Troy. 37. Caesar had a fever in Dash. Option A, Italy. Option B, Rome. Option C, Spain. Or option D, Germany. So Caesar went somewhere and he had a fever. So you have to tell me which place was it? Bravo! You are right again. Caesar had a fever in Spain. Number 38. Fit was on him. Fit refers to dash. Option A, clothes. Option B, pride. Option C, convulsion. Or option D, confidence. So what is the meaning of the term fit? When we say there was a fit on him, a fit on Caesar. Correct again. Fit refers to convulsion. That is, he was shaking with convulsion. Option number 39. Caesar had asked Dash for some water to drink in Spain. Option A, Titanius. Option B, Titania. Option C, Thisbe. Or option D, Trebonius. So whom did he ask for some drink? Yes, it was Titanius. Caesar had asked Titanius, who was his friend, to give him some drink because remember, he got a convulsion in Spain. He had a fever in Spain. Number 40. Cassius compared Caesar's domination using a dash. Option A, simile. Option B, metaphor. Option C, alliteration. Or option D, personification. So you must read the text thoroughly in order to answer these questions. Or you can go and check my playlist where I have given the line-by-line explanation of every scene. Very good. He has used a simile to compare Caesar's domination. 41. According to Cassius, the names dash and dash were alike. Option A, Brutus and Cassius. Option B, Brutus and Caesar. Option C, Caesar and Cassius. Or option D, Brutus and Colossus. So whose names were alike? That is, you cannot distinguish between them. They hold the same weightage. Correct. Brutus and Caesar. So according to Cassius, the names Brutus and Caesar were equal. They were alike. Now number 42. The Great Flood refers to the flood of dash. Option A, Rome. Option B, Rhodes. Option C, Deucalion. Or option D, plague. The flood of? Tell me. Yes, it is the flood of Deucalion. So Zeus had sent the flood because he was unhappy with the people who were continuously committing sin. And so he sent a flood and Deucalion was left to live. Number 43. The Great Flood is a dash allusion. Option A, biblical. Option B, classical. Option C, Roman. Or option D, all the above. So it is an allusion. So from where has this allusion been taken? The Great Flood. Yes, it is a biblical allusion. It has been taken from the Bible. 44. As a biblical allusion, the Great Flood involves dash. Option A, Apollo. Option B, Junius Brutus, option C, Noah, or option D, Colossus. So the Great Flood as referred to in the Bible includes which of the following characters? Correct. It is Noah. Remember the story of the Noah's Ark? God sent Noah and Aki. Yes, so this is that Noah. When God sent a great flood, what did Noah do? He built an ark and he saved all the species. Number 45. Junius Brutus was responsible for expelling the dash from Rome. Option A, Greek. Option B, Tarquins. Option C, Italians. Or option D, the Germans. Junius Brutus, the founder of Rome? Yes, he was responsible for expelling the Tarquins from Rome. Number 46. Junius Brutus disliked dash. Option A, monarchy. Option B, liberty. Option C, democracy. Or option D, a republic state. What did Junius Brutus dislike? Beautifully said. Junius Brutus disliked monarchy, and that is why he expelled the Tarquins, who wanted to establish kingship, who wanted to bring monarchy in Rome. And so, Junius Brutus, he expelled them. Number 47. The phrase show of fire means dash. Option A, affections. Option B, anger. Option C, eagerness. Or option D, frustration. Show of fire, what does it mean? Like show of love means affections. So show of fire means exquisite. It means eagerness. So show of fire means eagerness, enthusiasm. Now number 48. Brutus would rather be a dash than live under a monarch. Option A, king. Option B, slave. Option C, senator. Or option D, villager. So what would Brutus live like if monarchy comes to Rome? Yes, he says that I would rather be a villager than be suppressed under a monarch. Number 49. Caesar returned with his followers from the dash. Option A, marketplace. Option B, harvest festival. Option C, funeral ceremony. Or option D, foot race. So he was coming back with his train. Train means his followers from somewhere. there. So where did Caesar go? Yes, he went to the foot race at the feast of Lupercal. Remember Antony? He had to run the foot race, the course. So that is the place from where Caesar he is returning. Number 50. According to Cassius, Dash had a sour fashion. Option A, Cinna. Option B, Casca. Option C, Cicero. Or option D, Trebonius. Very well. According to Cassius, Casca had a sour fashion. 51. After returning from the games, that is the foot race, Dash's cheeks were pale. Option A, Calpurnia's. Option B, Portia's. Option C, Caesar's. Or option D, Cicero's. So whose cheeks were pale when they returned? Indeed, it was Calpurnia's cheek. When they were returning from the foot race, Calpurnia's cheek was pale. Pale means they were sad and lifeless. Number 52. Dash had been once contradicted in an argument by the senators. Option A, Calpurnia. Option B, Caesar. Option C, Cinna. Or option D, Cicero. So who had been contradicted in an argument at the Capitol? Correct, it was Cicero. Cicero had been contradicted in an argument by the senators. Number 53. Dash compared Cicero to a ferret. Ferret is a rat. Option A, Cassius. Option B, Brutus. Option C, Casca. Or option D, the senators. Who compared Cicero to a rat? You know, a ferret is a rat with red eyes. So Cicero, his eyes, they were red. So someone compared Cicero to a ferret. So who was he? Yes, it was Brutus. Brutus compared Cicero to a ferret. Number 54. Caesar described Cassius as dash man. Option A, sleek-headed. Option B, fat. Option C, spare. Or option D, noble. Yes, Caesar described Cassius as a spare man. Sleek-headed means well-groomed, and spare means someone who is very lean, very slim. Number 55. He is a noble Roman. Here Antony refers to dash as he. Option A, Brutus. Option B, Cassius. Option C, Caesar. Or option D, Casca. So who is he referred to? He is a noble Roman. This is something said by Antony. So who is Antony referring to? Correct. Antony is referring to none other than Cassius. Number 56. Cassius was dangerous because he smiled. Option A, frequently. Option B, often. Option C, seldom. Or option D, regularly. Correct. Cassius was dangerous because he seldom smiled. He rarely smiled. Seldom means almost never smiled. 57. Caesar asked Antony to tell him of his thoughts about dash. Option A, Casca. Option B, Brutus. Option C, Cicero. Or option D, Cassius. So he asked him that tell me what you feel about him. So who is that person? Correct again. It is Cassius. So Caesar wanted Antony to give him his opinion about Cassius. Number 58. Dash pulled Casca from the train. Train means followers that followed Caesar. Option A, Brutus. Option B, Cassius. Option C, Casca. Or option D, Antony. So who pulled Casca from the train? Correct. It was Brutus. He pulled Casca from the train. 59. Caesar looked dash when he returned from the foot race. Option A, excited. Option B, confused. Option C, sad. Or option D, angry. So what was Caesar's expression? Correct. Caesar looked sad when he returned from the foot race. And Calpurnia, her cheeks were pale. And Cicero, his eyes were red like a ferret. Number 60. The Romans shouted at the foot race dash times. Option A, 1. Option B, 2. Option C, 3. Or option D, 4. So how many times did the Romans shout? Very good. The Romans shouted at the foot race 3 times. 61. Dash had offered Caesar the crown. Option A, Casca. Option B, Antony. Option C, the senators. Or option D, Cicero. So who had given Caesar the crown? It wasn't a crown, a coronet. But who offered him? Correct! It was Antony. Antony had offered the crown to Caesar and he offered it thrice. Number 62. Caesar had refused the coronet dash. Option A, twice. Option B, once. Option C, never. Or option D, thrice. How many times did he refuse it? Very good. Caesar refused the coronet, the crown, thrice, which Antony had offered him. 63. The public wore sweaty dash. Option A, clothes. Option B, nightcaps. Option C, nightgowns. Or option D, cloaks. So the public, they wore sweaty what? So they were stinking. There was odor coming out. Yes, they wore sweaty nightcaps. Now number 64. Caesar had dash. Option A, cold. Option B, fever. Option C, epilepsy. Or option D, claustrophobia. Correct. Caesar had epilepsy. Claustrophobia means when you have this fear of being in closed places. Number 65. Dash referred to the Romans as stag rack people. Option A, Cassius. Option B, Casca. Option C, Brutus. Or option D, Caesar. So who referred to the Romans as stag rack people? Stag rack means rustic. Stag rack people are rustic people. So who called the Romans rustic people? Correct. It was Casca. Number 66. Casca compared the Romans to the dash in the theatre. Option A, audience. Option B, players. Option C, actors. Or option D, director. Very good. Casca compared the Romans to the audience in the theatre. So Caesar, it was like as if Caesar is the player and the Romans, they are the audience. 67. I am no true man. Here, I refers to dash. Option A, Cassius. Option B, Brutus. Option C, Casca. Or option D, Caesar. So who says this? I am no true man. Well answered. Here, I refers to Casca. Number 68. My God, you are answering all the questions correctly. You are very smart. 68. Caesar removed his dash before he fainted. Option A, hat. Option B, coat. Option C, nightgown. Or option D, nightcap. What did Caesar remove? Yes, Caesar removed his coat, his jacket, and he fainted. Number 69. Caesar blamed his dash for his improper actions. Option A, deafness. Option B, blindness. Option C, overconfidence. Or option D, his sickness. So he blamed something for his amiss. Amiss means his wrongings. So what did he blame? Correct. He blamed his illness, his sickness, his epilepsy for his improper action. Number 70. See, we have completed 70 MCQs. The dash forgive Caesar with all their hearts. Option A, conspirators. Option B, senators. Option C, wretches. Or option D, soothsayer. So who forgave Caesar? Yes, it was the wretches. Wretches means the women, the damsels, the maiden who was standing near Casca. Number 71. According to Casca, Dash spoke Greek. Option A, Cassius. Option B, Cicero. Option C, Caesar. Or option D, Publius. So he couldn't figure out what this person was telling. That person spoke Greek. He was incomprehensible to Casca. But the others, they listened to him and they smiled and nodded at each other as if they were agreeing to what this person was telling. So who is this person? Cassius, Cicero, Caesar, or Publius? Correct, it was Cicero. Now 72. Dash and Dash were punished for disrobing Caesar. Option A, Marullus and Publius. Option B, Flavius and Cassius. Option C, Marullus and Flavius. Or option D, Flavius and Publius. Who was it? Who was it? Who disrobed Caesar's images? Yes, it was Marullus and Flavius. Number 73. Caesar's images refer to Caesar's dash. Option A, statues. Option B, mansions. Option C, trophies. Or option D, reputation. So Caesar's images, it refers to correct. It refers to Caesar's statues. Number 74. Cassius asked Dash to eat with him. Option A, Cinna. Option B, Brutus. Option C, Cicero. Or option D, Casca. So, who must come and eat with him? Are you hungry? No, you're not. So then tell me what the answer will be. Yes, Cassius asked Casca to eat with him. Now 75. Cassius invited Casca for Dash. Option A, breakfast. Option B, lunch. Option C, snacks. Or option D, supper. So he gave an invitation for what? Correct. Cassius invited Casca for supper. 76. Casca would dine with Cassius if option A, he was not asleep. Option B, he invited him again. Option C, his dinner was worth eating. Or option D, he had other commitments. Correct. Casca would dine with Cassius if his dinner was worth eating. Remember, Casca had said that if I live tomorrow, if your invitation still holds, and if your dinner is worth eating, then I will dine with you. So here you have to say that Casca would dine with Cassius if his dinner was worth eating. Now the next one is very easy, so quickly answer it. Casca accepted to have dash the following day. Option A, lunch. Option B, breakfast. Option C, dinner. Or option D, snacks. Rightly pointed, it is dinner. Now number 79. I will expect you. I refers to dash. Option A, Brutus. Option B, Cassius. Option C, Casca. Or option D, Caesar. Who is I referred to in this extract? I will expect you. Correct, it is Cassius. So Cassius is telling this to Casca that I will expect you tomorrow at dinner. Number 80. Farewell both. So Casca bids farewell to dash and dash. Option A, Brutus and Cassius. Option B, Brutus and Cicero. Option C, Cassius and Cicero. Or option D, Cicero and Caesar. So, who are the two people? Here both refers to correct, it is Brutus and Cassius. So Casca is bidding farewell, bidding goodbye to Brutus and Cassius. Number 81. Brutus called dash a blunt fellow. Option A, Cassius. Option B, Cinna. Option C, Casca. Or option D, Cicero. So who is the blunt fellow, the dull fellow? Tell me, you are very smart, you are not blunt. So tell me the answer. Correct, it is Casca. Brutus called Casca a blunt fellow. 82. Casca was courageous when he went to dash. Option A, school. Option B, play school. Option C, university. Or option D, college. So at which point was he courageous, brave, fearless? Tell me. Brightly said. It is school. Casca was courageous when he went to school. 83. The blunt attitude of Casca was a catalyst to his dash. Catalyst, a sauce to his dash. Option A, rudeness. Option B, dullness. Option C, tardy form. Or option D, cleverness. What will it be? The blunt attitude of Casca was a sauce to his. Correct. It was a catalyst, a stimulator to his cleverness, to his wittiness. Number 84. After the discussion about dash, Brutus decides to leave. Option A, Casca. Option B, Cassius. Option C, Cinna. Or option D, Caesar. So they had a discussion about somebody and then Brutus leaves the scene. So this discussion was about who? Correct. It was about Casca. That Casca, he was a very courageous fellow when he went to school. But now he has become very dull. This was Brutus's opinion. Now 85. Brutus and Cassius decide to meet dash. Option A, that day. Option B, the following day. Option C, on the feast of Lupercal. Or option D, at the Capitol. So they decide to meet again. But when? Correct. They decide to meet the following day, the next day. 86. Brutus and Cassius would meet in dash house. Option A, Brutus's. Option B, Cassius's. Option C, Caesar's. Or option D, Casca's. So whose house would they meet in? Beautiful! It was Brutus's house. So they decide to meet the following day in Brutus's house. Now 87. Cassius instructed Brutus to think about dash. Option A, Caesar. Option B, Rome. Option C, Portia. Or option D, Casca. So as Brutus is leaving, Cassius, he instructs Brutus to think about something. What is it? Correct. It is Rome. He tells Brutus, think about the world. Think about the stately affairs of Rome. Now we will be solving number 88. The scene ends with Cassius's dash. Option A, aside. Option B, soliloquy. Option C, personification. Or option D, allegory. So how does the scene end? Very good. It ends with Cassius's soliloquy. Now 89. Cassius called Brutus an honorable dash. Option A, slave. Option B, skeleton. Option C, knave. Or option D, metal. You are right again. You are a metal for sure. You are pure gold. Cassius called Brutus an honorable metal. Number 90. The term metal refers to dash. Option A, metallic object. Option B, Brutus's spirit. Option C, Cassius's nature. Or option D, both option A and option B. That is a metallic object as well as Brutus's spirit. So what does the term metal mean in this dialogue? Very good. It is both option A and option B. It is a pun. Number 91. For Cassius, dash minds should always be with their likes. Option A, foolish. Option B, noble. Option C, cunning. Or option D, manipulative. Correct. It is the noble minds. He says that Brutus, because you are noble, you should always be with noble men. Number 92. Cassius was aware dash disliked him. Option A, Caesar. Option B, Brutus. Option C, Cinna. Or option D, Cicero. So someone dislikes Cassius. Who is he? Correct, it is Caesar. So Cassius was aware that Caesar disliked him. Remember, even Caesar tells Antony that he is not fat. He is lean. Cassius thinks too much. He does not smile. He does not love music. He has no interest in sports. So all these were his complaints. And Cassius, he is aware of that. Number 93. Cassius was aware Caesar loved dash. Option A, Portia. Option B, Lucius. Option C, Popilius. Or option D, Brutus. Very good. It is Brutus. Cassius loved Brutus a lot. But Caesar's love and Brutus's love for each other, their friendship was stronger. Caesar loved Brutus, and Brutus, he too loved Caesar. Now 94. Cassius decided to write dash letters to Brutus. Option A, anonymous. Option B, handwritten. Option C, several. Or option D, all of them. Correct, it is all of them. All letters will be anonymous, that is without any name. They will be handwritten, and he is going to write several letters to Brutus. Number 95. The letters would be in favor of dash. Option A, Brutus. Option B, Caesar. Option C, Rome. Or option D, Caesar's ambition. So it will be in favor of what? Correct! It will be in favor of Brutus. What the Romans feel about Brutus. Now the last 5 MCQs. Are you ready? It's a countdown. Number 96. The letters would suggest Caesar's ambition dash. Option A, explicitly. Option B, directly. Option C, unknowingly. Or option D, openly. Tell me fast. Very good. The letters would suggest Caesar's ambition unknowingly, indirectly. Number 97. We will shake him. Him refers to dash. Option A, Caesar. Option B, Cassius. Option C, Brutus. Or option D, Casca. So whom will we shake? Very good. It is Caesar. So Cassius is telling this, that we will shake Caesar. Number 98. We will shake him. We refers to dash. Option A, the letters. Option B, the Roman commoners. Option C, the conspirators. Or option D, Cassius and Brutus only. So who will shake Caesar? Yes, the conspirators. We the conspirators will shake Caesar. This is what Cassius has to say. Number 99. Shake him indicates. So what do you understand by shake him? Option A, move him. Option B, overthrow him. Option C, give him convulsion. Or option D, push him. What do you mean by shake him? Quickly, only one more left. Quickly. Correct. Shake him indicates overthrow him from his position. Now, I hope you kept a track of your score. So now we come to the final question, the final MCQ. Number 100. Cassius feared that Caesar would begin dash in Rome. Option A, liberty. Option B, democracy. Option C, dictatorship. Or option D, enfranchisement. So what was Cassius's fear? Very well answered. It is dictatorship, monarchy in Rome. So Cassius, he feared that if Caesar becomes the king, Rome will be under his dictatorship. So with this, we have completed 100 MCQs. Can you believe it? So please subscribe to my channel and write in the comments that how much you scored. And if you want to go through the explanation of this scene, or even the solved question answers, then please check out my playlist. All the links will be given in the description below. And there you will also find links to my Telegram channel and WhatsApp channel where I share notes and practice grammar. So if you want, you may join them. Until I come with my next video, happy studying English. Ta-ta!